Hi everybody, it's Sandra. First of all, thank you so much for coming to my video. I always appreciate you. I went to two different places. I went to an expensive vintage jewelry store. That's what this is right here. Everything was retail price. After I leave the store, I'm going to go to an antiques mall, and then at the end I'll show you what I bought. I just kind of like those lips. Some pretty stuff. Everything is very, very expensive. So it really is a challenge to try to find something that I felt I could make a profit on. And most things are not priced, so you have to ask. And as my Aunt Hazel used to say, if you have to ask how much it is, you probably can't afford it. So I wasn't getting prices on a lot of these things. I like that bracelet, but I would assume that it was like $65 or something. It's a cool costume jewelry for sure. I mean, a cool costume bracelet for sure. I think in a minute we're going to take a look at pins. Yeah, there's some cool pins. I like the Scotty dog. I like all those. A lot of those are newer. I'm trying to freeze the frame here and there so we can have a better look. Nothing too special, right? Pretty stuff, definitely. At a yard sale, I would be grabbing so many of these. I have that same bracelet in a different color though, but there is damage there. I don't know if you can see that one of the petals is missing. Now we're going to take a look at some little stuff. I like many of the things. I don't know what that Chanel Paris thing is. That a button? I'm not sure what it is. I like that Victorian piece on the upper right. I can't remember how much that one was. I had asked last time. Maybe it was $150 or something. There's some mosaic jewelry. I like that too. Clearly sterling, right? That's interesting. That almost looks like a nun. Pretty cameo. I think that cameo, I think I checked, was that 165, something like that? Oh, that's the one that has the price. Okay, 55 for that one. Yeah, that's about right. That is about right. So I have slow motion on, and then I'm also trying to freeze it here and there. I'm going to make sure you get a good look at the pieces because I wasn't able to handle them. Everything was behind glass. Same thing with the antiques mall. I kind of film everything through the glass. Looking for something very special, very unique, because we know it's going to be expensive. I like that Siam pin on the left. That's very pretty. That swan is newer. Nothing killing me. How about you? There is one thing in here that I asked for a price on. I should be coming up to it soon somewhat. Whoa, sorry, pardon the terrible camera work. This cool little elephant. It's a little Tiffany thing. Is it though? Is it? I don't know. Very often faked, those Tiffany pieces. Some pretty stuff. Not anything different enough. Oh, I love that flower with the blue stones. I have so many of those. That probably is a Vandel. There's a little mustard seed. That's kind of a cool looking woman right there. Whoa. Crazy. Crazy focus. That's cool. I like that. It's just so different. I think I've seen it before though. That's a beautiful old set. That one is out of my price range. I know I asked last time. If I was going to keep it, not out of my price range, but for resale, definitely. I really like that duck right there. Basket. I'm going to keep going to that old one. I like them old. That's very interesting. That grandma thing. See all the baby shoes? Wow, I've never seen that with that many shoes on it. A couple of very pretty antique stick pins. I really like that one with the horseshoe. There's a filigree butterfly. That's very common. I like both those pieces a lot, especially the one on the right. And see that little pickle? I have that pickle. It says Heinz on it. That's very pretty. That is likely carnelian. Very, very nice. We should be getting to the piece I liked. I think I have that same cat, by the way. That's sterling, I think. There it is. That dragon or sea serpent or whatever. That was 65. So I had her take it out of the case for me and stuff, but I certainly wasn't going to pay 65 for it. I liked it. $28 worth. So here's some of the better stuff. You see there's some amber there. Lots and lots of sterling. I love those bracelets. I really like that modernist bracelet right there with the copper and the brass and the sterling. I love that turquoise necklace. How delicate. Very pretty things. I bought 3 things from this store. I love that ring. Both of the rings. See the big tall rings? There's some Bakelite. Nothing special enough to have big, big resale. And if so, it would have a big, big price tag. I like that necklace too. See it on the right? That's a super cool modernist necklace. Likely sterling, probably very, very expensive. I took a look at those rings too, but those were very pricey too. That's pretty. You can see they have the newer mixed with the older. Yeah, those bracelets are really nice. Nice condition too. Nothing different, in my opinion. Nothing different enough. That was really knocking my socks off here. I do like all of them though, for sure. Okay, moving along. I like the way they have things displayed too. That's very pretty. That flower on the right. Is that carved amber, maybe? I wasn't really sure what that was. It didn't look old either, but I definitely like that. I like the earrings too. That's very pretty, that ring. It wasn't old though. Those earrings I really liked. I tried those on. They were too heavy for me. They weren't old either, but those were very cool. There's a nice designer set by John Hardy. And I just took a photograph of this. It's a beautiful bracelet. I didn't even ask how much it was because I knew it was going to be $800 or something like that. Beautiful though. Okay, now we are at the Antiques Mall. So these prices are much, much more reasonable. They are still kind of retail though. There's some pretty stuff. I like that umbrella in the back. You see that? What did that say? 55 or something. More than I wanted to spend, certainly. There's a couple interesting faces, not too old or anything. I like that too. $20 for that bracelet. Not bad. Very doable. I didn't like it enough to buy it, but I did like it. Those are pretty. I like that one in the middle. I thought that was the sweetest little thing. That's a little change purse. Here's some scrimshaw. Sterling bracelet, $25. Not bad. That bracelet is sterling too, $20. Okay, amethyst bead necklace. This has a cute face on it. How much was that? $25. Not bad. Not bad. Here's some pieces I've seen before. Pretty, definitely pretty. And pretty stuff there. I've never seen this before. What does that say? Robert Shields. It's a mad looking face right there. Very fun. That's a fun piece. Never heard of it before. There's some pretty stuff. I like that Victorian pin. Oh, was that only 35? I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know. That is probably just about right, that price. $5. There we go. There's my price point. There's my affordable price point. I like those door knocker lion earrings. I wish I had taken a look at those. I didn't see those till I was watching the replay of the video. Those were worth $5. This is cool. Old pawn. Yeah, is it though? Are you going to prove that to me for $175? Just saying. Oh, this. Okay. I'm like, yep, I'm buying this no matter what. That's mine. Until I saw that it was $3.95. Old Hungarian 800 silver with chrysoprase. Well, that's gorgeous for sure. And I like those two things. I love that sun. That's silver. That bird is lovely. $675 because it's 18 karat gold. And that seems a little bit high to me. That's interesting. I liked that oyster thing, but this is where all the gold is, so this stuff was all pricey. And there's a Victorian set that did have replacement parts on it. It was $165. It's got a percha, I believe. How cool are those shirt studs? Look at that. Kashiwa, it says. I think that's how you pronounce it. Porcelain. I think those are very, very interesting. $55, that doesn't seem too bad for a price either. That's an interesting fireman pin, $150. That sterling ring's only $25, that's reasonable. Oh, I do really like you, little Kachina, but I can't pay that much. There's a Krementz tuxedo set. I've sold those before. That's nice that it's in the original box for sure. I like that a lot. I like selling men's accessories. Look at the little bird. Oh, $55. I didn't know that price was there. Okay. There's a little grape bracelet. I like that leaf. That looks like a nice old brooch. I thought I bought that. I guess I didn't. That was $38. That was sterling. This was vermeil. This I think is a decent price. $140 for a 14 karat gold Egyptian stick pin. That's not an unfair price. I did buy something that I showed you here. I like that Deco pin on the right too, $35. So at the end, I think I already said this, right? I'm going to show you what I did buy. I'm sure a lot of people watching would have bought many different things than I bought. That's very pretty. I got a really lousy picture of it, sorry, and it went out of focus right there, but that's gold. I don't know what the price was. They had the price thing turned over. I actually hate when they do that. That is pretty. $150, that's probably about right. 900 silver, it says. So that's even less than sterling, right? Because sterling's $9.25. Yeah, my camera's getting confused. My camera was like, are you trying to focus on the glass? Okay, love it. I actually loved that. I didn't love it enough to buy it, but that was very, very pretty. Here's a lot of different beads. I like that necklace right there with the crosses. I think that's very pretty. And I also like that yellow one with all that fringy stuff. Check that out. That's very cool. I don't know what the prices were on these, but that's my favorite one. That to me is very, very different. I would assume that that one is priced accordingly, because people definitely knew what the better stuff was. That's tiger's eye, I think, right? Very pretty. There's some beautiful old bracelets. See, I like those better than the plain silver ones that were in the jewelry store. Those have a lot more character, those sort of 40s bracelets. They look like they were $40, $45. Ooh, I like that turquoise one, the turtle one. That was the second one over. Oh, was that only 30? That's interesting. I wonder if somebody made it or something. What? Look what I found. Come on. Another real scarab. Get out. What is the price? Could I afford it? Okay, Here's a Bakelite bracelet. That is definitely very, very valuable, but it was $375. So they knew it. I just took a picture of it. It was very, very nice, but priced accordingly, unfortunately. Now, this is interesting because, oh, I love that red one. What does that say? 95. Can't do it for that. But there is some Bakelite in here by this artisan G. Paul. There's the dog right there, and there's a pepper. Now, he lives in Florida. I have 2 other pieces by him. I actually really love his stuff. I'm going to actually take one of them out of the case and show it to you. There's a manatee, a Bakelite manatees. There's definitely some pretty stuff. That orange one there is definitely Bakelite. I don't know what the price is, though. The prices aren't too bad on most things. Well, the prices I could see. Oh, look at that shot. That's not helpful. Okay, there's the other G. Paul Bakelite thing. Look at that raccoon. That was $165, I think. I almost bought it, but I don't know. I kind of like the other 2 pieces I have better. I didn't think that one really lived up to the other 2 I have. My opinion, of course. A little bit of Goofus glass, like I bought a couple of weeks ago at an auction. That brooch on the left with the black, that is a Miriam Haskell, but that was priced just about right. No room for profit on that. Those are 2 pretty little things. Victorian, is it? I don't know about that. I like the Scotty dogs. Those are celluloid. Camera went fast, sorry. That's interesting. That leaf, that's probably celluloid on copper. Here's the Haskell, priced accordingly. And here's the G. Paul manatees. Isn't that crazy? Those are crazy Bakelite manatees. I almost got them, 65 bucks, but I didn't. At this time, we are going to go on to the haul. The first thing I'm going to show you I got at a thrift store, and then the other stuff I got in the jewelry store or at this antique mall. So let's have a look at what I picked. First things first, I found this the other day at a thrift store. They knew it was silver, so they priced it at $14. This is actually a very beautiful bracelet. It is very heavy too, and I happen to love it. I want to weigh it. I want to see just exactly how heavy it is. I'm just curious. 35 grams. Wow. That's a beauty. And I think $14 was more than fair. So unusual. I've never seen this link before with these things. They kind of look like washers. Is that what it is? Pretty piece. $14. I kind of hesitate to tell you what I paid because things weren't that inexpensive, and I'm not really sure if I should or I shouldn't. I guess for the fancy schmancy jewelry store, I will tell you. I paid $150, $155 actually, for 3 pieces. First up is this ring that I love, and I'm going to keep. Check this out. I love this ring. I absolutely love it. Now, they said it was Benchmade. Is that true? I don't know. I can't prove it. They can't prove it. I suppose so. I don't know. Those may have been stamped out. What do you think? Who's an expert? Doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to wear it. I love it. Let me try it on for you. Isn't that pretty? I think it's amazing. I love how flat it is. It's very comfortable to wear. Even in the winter, you know, you could put gloves on with this. Sometimes that's a problem when you're wearing a ring with a very high setting. Love it. Love it. Love it. And of course, it's sterling. I can't remember if I already said that. I got a beautiful Deco piece from the 20s. I love this piece. Now, this is not real. You can certainly tell that. This looks like pot metal. And this is just that sort of check Peking glass. It is an imitation. It certainly, I think, is trying to look like platinum and diamonds. I love that. I love the shape of it. It's very mod, very 20s. That's a fabulous, fabulous deco piece. I bought 3 pieces from the expensive jewelry store, and the third piece is very, very different. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Art Nouveau piece. I love this. I don't know what these creatures are. I think those are trying to be creatures. Now, they said that this is likely gold filled. It kind of does look like gold, but I know that they would know for sure. This is very, very different. I was sort of thinking to myself, I could probably make my money back and then maybe a little bit just with this piece. I don't know. I like it. I'm going to keep this one for a while. What do you think? It's very, very unusual. I couldn't find one like it. I'll tell you that much. That's a cool piece. Let me just lay it down and show it to you that way so it's not all wiggly. Do you like that one? I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. It's a little weirdling, but very beautiful at the same time. Now let's talk about the Antiques Mall. I can't believe it. Look what I found. That's crazy. If you saw my last video, you saw how excited I was to find a real scarab necklace. This is gorgeous. This is likely late Victorian. I actually have another stick pin too that is a real scarab. This was $20, which I kind of couldn't even believe. It's a little scratched out. Someone was probably checking it for, did somebody check it for gold like that? Very, very poor job, if so. I love it though. And what's interesting about this is you can see the back of it. Let me see if I can put it up here. Look at all that iridescence. Does anybody know how they do this? How do they fortify the beetle so it doesn't just crumble through the decades, or more than 100 years in this case? I wonder how they do that. If you know, let me know. I would be interested to find out. Well, I'm very, very excited with this piece. What I'm going to do too with this particular haul that I got from the Antiques Mall is I'm going to go kind of smallest to biggest, I guess. I've never seen anything like this. This is a little bouquet of flowers and they tremble a little bit. I love this. Certainly hand done. And so there's the stems. They're all individual. And they brought them up, they curved them over, and they put these little stones. There are some with missing stones. I believe I can easily replace those. I do think I have some like it. This one was not a lot of money. I think it was $12. That's why I got this. This is, I'm thinking it's silver of some sort. I didn't see a mark on it. I don't know why I like this one. I just do. I think it's cool. I think it's so different, and I like that it has a little bit of movement to it. Here's the next item. Look at this weird guy. This is sterling and with abalone inlay, and he is sad. I think this is, oh, well, there you go. I paid $45 for it. This is, I believe this is a Mussy Tussy. You guys let me know what you think. I have no idea who that is. APD. If you know, tell me. Not sure, but you see how it's all hollow there? So let's put a few flowers in there and see if you agree that it may be a Mussy Tussy. There's what it looks like with some flowers in it. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not supposed to. I think so, though. Of course, you could put real flowers in here, because that would hold a little bit of water. I like that one. It's kind of weird, right? I think it's a neat piece. I do. I want to point out that thing on top. I think that's an eagle mark that's really worn away through the decades for sure. But in the either mid 40s or late 40s, the Mexican government required that you had this eagle mark on it. So this item cannot be older than whenever that year is, 47 or 48, something like that. So just good to know. And I don't know who that artisan is. I'll do some more research, but I think this one's kind of weird and kind of cute. Look at this weird bug. So first of all, this looks like an angry bug. It doesn't look like he has his hands on his hips. This is sterling. I'll show you the mark. So there is an overlay of copper on it, obviously. Isn't that pretty? I love bug jewelry, in case you don't know. This is really cute. So, of course, when you have it on, this pin part won't be showing. It's only showing because it's not on clothes or whatever. In nice condition. Of course, condition is so very important, especially when you're paying top dollar like I did. I love that one. This is a very cute bird, and he's nice and tall. What kind of stone is that again? I don't know what that is. Is it agate? That's always the blanket thing I say when I'm not sure. Maybe it's some sort of agate. I love this thing. I don't remember what I paid for it. So I don't see an eagle mark on it, but I don't know. You think this could be as old as the 40s? Possibly. Possibly. Well, I love it. I think he has a lot of personality. I like his webbed feet and all this hand detailing in the tail and the wing. And look how big his eye is. His eye is as big as his head. I really love that. I love this piece. I was very, very intrigued by the design. And that is a real amethyst for sure. Cabochon. I just think it's interesting the way there's this copper part. I think it's cool. It's very mod. So there's our eagle mark right there. We can find out who the artisan is usually if we can figure out what the number is in there. I don't know who made it. Does anybody know what that mark is? Who is that? Well, I truly do love this one. Super cool. I want to make sure my scale is on because I think we're coming up to two very, very heavy pieces. Here's the first one. How different is this? This is everything I look for resale and also just to wear. It's different. It's a statement. It's unusual. It's definitely cool. It's got the cool factor. This is sterling. I don't know what kind of stone that is. See that? It has sort of like flecks in it or something. Must be agate. No, I don't know. But it's very nicely carved. So we'll take a look at who you are. Oh, there's the back. There's a construction on the back. It's marked up here. Where is it? There it is. There's the B. So this is I believe it's pronounced Ballesteros. I could be wrong. And there's our eagle mark. This piece is very expressive and it's heavy. I want to see how many grams we got here. We have 41 grams. This has some nice value, actually. So I think I spent at a price point that I think I can maybe double my money on this. I mean, I'm going to kind of have to because, you know, I paid a lot for it. So this is one I couldn't just sort of let go cheaply. Like some of the things, I'd really have to get top dollar for this. But wait to see this last one. This last one is bigger and heavier and same designer. This is an absolute knockout, I think. Look at the height on that amethyst. Not all scratched up or all chipped up. That's important. I took out my loop. I made sure. This is a sought after piece. I think I looked online quickly. I think I couldn't find one that was under $600 or something, or $650. Doesn't mean that's what I can get, but we'll take a look at our marks here. There's the Ballesteros, and there's our eagle mark, so it's got to be newer than 47 or 48. How interesting is this? This would look fantastic. I mean, you'd need a long, heavy chain to put this on. This is so quintessentially Mexican silversmith. And I definitely want to check the weight on this. This one's very, very heavy. Part of the reason you'd need a heavy chain for it, for sure. Yeah, 53 grams. Wow. Fantastic. These are the pieces out of everything I saw that were my favorites, and also that were priced in a way that I thought that I could make a profit. Some things I really did love a lot, but couldn't do it. This is pretty crazy though. It's so weird when things like this happen. Like, you never see something, or hardly ever, and then you find 2 or 3. Hopefully I find another. Hopefully I find 3. Well, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to tell me what your favorites are. All right, hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next one, everybody. Have an awesome day. Cheers.